Hello. So anyway, so I like to take Sundays and I like to really prep myself for the week. And I know that we are all more successful when we have a plan in place. I mean, I don't think that anybody got to where they are if they consider themselves having success with this business by accident. It's definitely meticulous, it's thought out. It doesn't have to be something for the super highly organized people because I would say that I have like a chaotic, dysfunctional thing that works for me. That's like my desk is a hot mess, but I know where things are, and things are a bit scattered, but they're also pretty organized in a really weird way that only I understand. But that's okay because you're the only one that needs to understand your organization, right? So, one of the things that I suggested today was, getting out your calendar like every Sunday, for me, all I can do is look a week ahead. That's it. I can't even look a month ahead. I cannot even do it. But when I'm talking about work and I'm talking about the nitty gritty, I can look ahead for the week and I can pick those days for that week that are non-negotiables. Okay. So we get into this for time freedom to be with our kids, whatever it may be. Don't let your blessing be your excuse. You know what I mean? Don't let your reason why you got into this be your excuse. So both of my boys, it's like the next 2 weeks are just crazy. School just started and we're already taking field trips, right? So I have a field trip on Wednesday with one boy and another boy on Friday to the same place. Seriously, people. So I took off Wednesday and I took off Friday work. That's what I took for myself because I am going to go on their field trips with them. That's the one thing that I can do the rest of the days they're in school, right? So for me, that means that I have to decide how am I going to get in those extra hours or those extra action steps when I'm taking out those 2 chunks of time. So you can look at your calendar in 2 different ways. You can look at it by the day. Like, what am I going to do on Monday? What am I going to do on Tuesday? What am I going to do on Wednesday? Or you can look at it as like a 6 list, Maybe you could decide this is what I do every single day. These are non-negotiables. I keep thinking about it, and one of these days I'll take action, but I've got this phone case, and it closes, and it's really cool because it's got this little pocket. I think I'm going to get like a piece of paper, and I'm going to cut it out so it's this size. I'm going to laminate it, and I'm going to have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and just keep it in my phone as my non-negotiables. Like, add to my market. I want to add 5 to 8 new friends to my market. I want to make sure that I'm asking people to be product testers. I want to make sure that I'm interacting and engaging with people because that helps my algorithm. I want to make sure that I'm hosting a post because we're seeing people have success with that. And when we have people host a post, we're able to kind of multifunction that. When you're host a posting, you can add those people that respond to the host's comment that they're interested in. You can add those people as your friends, so you're increasing your network that way, and then you're messaging them, and you're hopefully, at least worst case scenario, planting seeds, but hopefully going to get a loyal customer or maybe even a distributor out of it. And then if you get quite a few loyal customers, you can go back to that host and ask that host if they want to join the team, and then have those people as their customers. So there's a lot of different things that you can do with it. So I don't know if you had a chance to look at that, but that's one of the things that I really want you to think about tonight, or think about tomorrow. If you're just going to kind of plug away on this hour and take some action steps. But I did print, like I have this. Maybe I should just laminate this. I have this, and I shared it in the page before, and I can share it again, but these are like the daily tasks, right? So these are for Facebook. Add 7 to 10 new friends. Pick a letter of the day and do that for 10 minutes. Post twice a day your business and products. Send happy birthday messages. Message for 10 minutes. Follow up with the 2-2-2 rule. So that's taking care of your loyal customers, and then personal development. And then I also have stuck to my computer daily goal getter task for Instagram. So those are your 6 lists, right? So you can do those things. So that's all fine and well. So I've been telling myself this last week, hey Nick, you're going to go ahead and you're going to message at least 25 people a day. And we've done this challenge before. I've done it with my team. You're going to message 25 people a day, and you're going to ask them to host a post for you. 25 to 50 is the goal. And I'll be honest, I haven't hit 50 in this last week because my time has been like crazy. But I'm making myself do what I can do, right? So here's the really, really cool thing. If you're like me and you have an adjustment period right now in your life with kids and school and schedule and everything's crazy, whatever is going on in your life, what's cool is you can work these snippets in your business. And that's why having things like this or a non-negotiable task that you do with your business, having these things in front of you, like they're taped to my computer, and something that I can do in an hour, or I can do in 15 minutes here and 20 minutes there and 15 minutes here. Those things are just gold for your business because you're allowing yourself to set yourself up for success because you've made a plan and you know that when you have 10 to 15 minutes to utilize, like I work a lot in my car. My son has football practice. I typically am the one that takes him because I've been home with the girls all day. And so if when Chris comes home at night, then I go out to football practice by myself and drop him off, and I sit and I work in my car. So that's an hour and a half that I have to myself, you know? And so if I'm dropping kids off, like I'm just a human taxi driver for my kids all weekend, and I'm not going to complain about it because I would rather be the mom that takes the friends there and back so I can hear the conversations and get to know their friends and see the character and have them at our house. Like we hosted a bunch of kids at our house last night. I want to be that parent because then I know exactly what's going on. But when I'm doing that kind of stuff, I'm working in little snippets. And so when you know what your plan is, you can work your plan. And so that's one of the things that I'm really going to urge you guys to do this week. Even if you're not doing it tonight, you're not setting yourself up for this week. At any point during this week, figure out what you want your non-negotiables to be every single day. And I can talk about letter of the day in just a second. I did it on the Power Hour last week. Did I do Power Hour last week or 2 weeks ago? Last week. So anyways, so just pick that. And I will go ahead and post in here while you guys are working some of these daily tasks that you can just kind of glean from, and then I'll actually post them maybe underneath my post for Sunday of some action steps. But pick some things that you know that you're going to have success with. Maybe you have like 5 to 6 non-negotiables or your 6 list, and then you have some extras. Like if I have extra time, this is what I'm going to do. So with that being said, so I looked at that and I said, okay, Nick, let's post these things. Well, you guys, this past week, I have been sending out these messages for host a post, and I've had like 1 or 2 people hosting a post for me, okay? So that doesn't feel very action-oriented to me. I went ahead and did the work, but I feel like it's me going through the motions because what I got to this point of being tired and trying to work was just checking them off, counting them off, going through. Okay, I asked, I did my part, you know. That is not good enough. That is not going to get me where I need to be. It's not going to get you where you need to be. Let's go for no, or let's go for yes. You know, either way you want to look at it. And so when you go for no, you're saying, hey, I am going to work. I'm not going to message 25 people. I am going to work until 10 people tell me no. And I'll tell you what, my experience this last week, that's going to take you a really long time because half of these people, A, didn't even see my message, or B, they ignored me. Like, they ghosted me. You know what I mean? I'm just like, are you serious? I can't believe you just can't even say no for yourself. I know it's a no, or they just got distracted, or maybe they'll come back. I actually did have one person that I messaged earlier this week message me like, hey, what's up? So for whatever reason, they didn't get back. Until I hear a hard and fast no, it's not a no. So you can do that. But then I settled on, I want 10 minimum host a post a day. That means that some days I might be lucky and I might ask 20 people and 10 people say yes. But other days I might ask 50 or 60 or 70 people before I get 10 yeses, okay? That is what's gonna match my goals for me. I know that this is a numbers business. This is a numbers game. And so I know that the more seeds that I can plant, the more people that I can communicate with and engage with, that is going to increase my odds of success. So, so that is what I want us to do. I want us to, let's just say for the sake of, we got 45 minutes left. I am going to ask you to we're going to do the host a post. Ask people to host a post for you. You can do this on Instagram or you can do this on Facebook. It's up to you. It works the same way, either way. I'm working on Facebook right now because I'm going through my letter of the day, which I'll explain a little bit more in a minute. But I want you, let's go for 3 host a posts. See if we can't get 3 people to say yes to us, okay? That is what our goal is. If you need some verbiage for host a post, it is on our team page. You can open that up and look at our team page under photos. There's one for coffee, and I'll look. And if you are on my team page, It Works Better Together, if you go to photos and albums, all the scripts are there. And I think that there's some generic ones on Black Diamond page. So either or is going to work for you. So we'll just go ahead and we're going to have you get started with that. So one of the things that, one of the ways that you can go about is, I've been finding people are saying, myself included, for a while, I don't know who to ask. I don't have anybody on my list anymore. My hundreds list is wore out. I've already talked to everybody, right? So when you're doing that kind of like negative self-talk to yourself, I want you to, on your computers, it works best, or I mean, it works best on your phone, honestly, is you're going to go to your friends list. And so you're going to go to your page, right? And then you're going to pick your friends, and you're going to click on your friends, and it pulls it up alphabetically. Now it's a pain in the butt because I'm on the B's, but look at how many A's I have. I have a lot of them, okay? So I literally am just going to scroll through, and you're going to start at 1 and you're going to move down. Now the cool thing about the letter of the day, I feel like it's multifaceted, and this is what we did last week, is we just did this, because what you can do is you can use that. You can go to that person, you can look at them and say, hey, are we friends really? Are they a prospect? Are they a distributor? Have we met in person? Are they on my team? So my rule of thumb is, there's quite a few people on my own team that I have not even met, right? I mean, that's going to happen. But I'm looking at our mutual friends really quick. And if they're mutuals and I don't know who they are, I'm going to have a conversation. We have a lot of mutuals that are on my team. I'm just assuming they're my team and I'm leaving them. If I've got a lot of mutuals that are not on my team and I've never had a conversation with them, then I'm just deleting them. I'm clearing up my friends list because that helps with that algorithm, adding new people, taking old people, kind of mixing up the pot. So it allows you to figure out if you want, or sometimes people are just crummy, right? So you can delete people if you need to. Then I can actually go in there and I can engage with them. I can go to their wall and I can engage with them. I can update my smart list on Facebook. And then I can also ask them to host a post or be a product tester at that point. And then I go back, hit the back button to Facebook, and I go to the next A, and I go right down the list. That's what I do. And so I keep a notebook. This is a very loved notebook, as you can see. And I have, it's so weird, because I'll work from the back for some things. Isn't that funny? And then some things I work from the front. So anyways, so I've got it, you know, my names, and I'm working down. And so like today, here's my list that I've been working through for my host to post. These are how many people I've asked, and I've numbered them. So I thought, screw this, I'm asking just 25 people. I want 10 host to post. So now I'm going through and numbering them. I got 4. I got 4 out of this batch. So that's not bad, right? So for me personally, I'd like 6 more today to hit my 10. But in this next hour, my goal is 3. So that's how I'm going through. And then I write down everybody's name so I know where I left off, because I like to work it when I have bigger chunks, because you can lose your place in line, I guess, so to speak. So you can pick a person, and then you can look at their stuff, you can message them, and then I can use the back button and it takes me back to my list. So then I can go to the next person, use the back button, go to the next person, look at their stuff, you know, so I can do that. But when you're off for a while or you get on your regular feed, it bumps you back out, and then you got to go back and you got to scroll to the last person. So that's kind of tedious, but I think it's a great way for me to keep them organized. So any other questions? No? Okay, I'm going to go ahead and I will post some of these action steps. It'll be kind of twofold. I'd really like you to focus on host to post. But I want you to think, you can copy and paste these, but I want you to think about what is your week going to look like. And maybe you can plan this out tomorrow, or maybe after we get off of here and you're listening to the Sunday night call. But I think it's just a really great way for you to kind of stay on your A game and hit the goal that you have for yourself. And if you don't have a goal right now in this business, then you better think about what you want to do. Okay? You want to think about your monetary goal, and you want to think about your promotion goal. Okay? And steps to success should really be a goal for everybody. You know, that should be a minimum. And how do we do that? By taking action steps like this. So I gotta take my collagen. I've been really good. Last week I was saying how I forget, but I am bound and determined to turn myself back to 29. Do you think it will reverse the aging thing? Carmela, you got yours, girl. I love it. You and me, we're going to be like spring chickens. I love it. I'm going to be 45 in a couple months. And I'm like, oh my gosh.
It's better than 55.
Who's 55?
Me.
No, you're not 55.
Yes, I am.
Girl, you've been drinking your collagen. I can tell.
I am. I'm 55.
Wow. I don't know why I'm like, I do not want to hit 5-0. But when I do, I'm going to look dang good, that's for sure.
All I could think of on my birthday was my ex-husband always used to say, double nickels, double nickels.
Nickels.
And that's all I could think of.
Yeah, it sounds like a celebration. Double nickels.
No. I just, ugh.
I'm 57, so I want to go back to 37.
Denise, are you on Brandon's account? Carmel, how old are you?
57.
Gosh, you guys look good. See, I don't know what I'm scared about.
Almost 58, so.
Denise, you can change your name. Carmela, when's your birthday then? When are you going to be 58?
February 13.
February?
Yeah.
Crazy. We're just going to grow old gracefully.
Amen.
All right. Okay. I gotta find my last fee. The other thing too with host to post, I have it where my settings make it that if somebody tags me, I have to approve it. So I don't know if any of you are kind of new to host to post. And so, but that's what I do. So when they, I'm gonna have to go to my friends. So that way when they do tag me, you can check it on your phone. Okay, it took me a minute to figure this out. But this more button, you hit the more, and then it says review timeline request at the bottom.
Yeah.
So this is, see how I'm doing collagen right now, but I have it where I have to approve it, but I'm not approving it yet. So I'm not approving it. So all I do is go here, and then I can check the messages. See, oh, and here's the other thing. I'm switching the picture a little bit, right? So that way, oh, those three are the same. I guess I'm not so tricky. There's a different one. But I am trying to, I'm trying to switch it up because I have a lot of them out there, and I don't want to get flagged on. There's a different picture, even for the collagen. See, there's a different one. I'm just trying to pick a lot of different ones so that way everybody's a little bit different. But then that way, all I have to do is go here to this. This one's got 22 comments. So I click comments, and then I can see what people are saying. You know, so that way, and then I comment on each of them. So that way you don't go to my timeline and you don't see a bunch of posts. We don't want to see that. That's going to look spammy. All right. What do you guys want to listen to? I'm not going to lie. The music part makes me the most nervous because I don't know what everybody likes to listen to. And I always put my, my Christian music on. I don't want to offend anybody or anything, but I'm also just not ready to rock out at 9 p.m. at night. Does anybody have a preference? Okay, all right, thank you. But just, yeah. I hate the commercials though, but I just go to YouTube. Is there something different I should be doing? I'm so out of it.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight's lead story once again is Storm Hercules.
Oh, geez.
Though it seems to be settling
He's got a long video. All right, I'm gonna keep an eye on. Oh, I don't. Do I have a Spotify account? I think that's what my daughter uses. All right. You know what, bud? We're just gonna have to skip your whole song because I know you wanted to make a cool video, but.
And temptation. Everybody knows heartbreak, isolation.
All right, I think I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording because that's the gist of it. Nobody watches the rest of it, right? They just see what you do in the beginning, right? Nobody wants to just watch us work. All right, I'm going to do that. And then that way I can post it.